Hello, hello, hello. How's everyone this fine day? I hope you're all well on this very mid, I guess is a good way to put it, day in terms of Wednesdays. I am sorry that there was no stream on Monday. My internet decided to just say, "Ha, fuck you." So, yeah, that kind of sucks, but I'm here now. I do hope everyone is well, and that it isn't too bad of a day for you. It's midweek, so at least that's a plus. But yeah, it's I since I didn't have internet, I couldn't do much, but I was at least able to play a little offline Minecraft. So I at least got a little bit done, but not much. Like I died once. I did a little bit of exploration. I now have gold pants on instead of iron because the iron ones vanished. I don't know what happened to the iron pants. I really don't. Um, but during my explorations, I got a bell that we can now put with our villagers, as well as a few other just random things. But yeah, I went that direction. There's a village, and then there's a snow biome where there was an igloo and a village together. Then I found like a sunken ship and a ruined portal and stuff. Oh yeah, I had those smelting. Um, I also got this stuff into here. I managed to get an impaling book. That was about it. But yeah, I've gotten a lot of copper going through here. Actually, I can turn that off now. Boop. Um, I also want to try and get Silk Touch. I know, I tried something here to see if I could grow coral from it, but I think it needs to be a warm ocean, and, in case you didn't know, we don't live near a warm ocean. The ocean over there is a cold ocean. Yes, I also got this cactus, and I made a little pumpkin farm over here to start out. I didn't change much of anything else. I dyed a sheep over here. Um, so now we have yellow and stuff. We also have blue. Just random sheep. I haven't really done much else past that. So, not much else. But it's just basic stuff, and I was able to get a little bit of it done. But yeah, I also dyed these so that they actually glow and are labeled. So yellow's gonna be like ores and stuff. That's kind of how I've set it up. But the plan today is to try and get the roof finished. Preferably. Let's see. Yeah, we got so much extra copper still that I'm smelting up. So that's a plus. Trying to remember what else. I know I put the cactus down to try and get stuff. My hope was to find a new tree type, but I didn't have any such luck. Um, in terms of in here, I really haven't done anything with the villagers. But I do want to try and get some more going. Because we do have the Fletchers over here and stuff, and then the librarian over on the other side. Which, yeah, all the way over here. Who has our mending book, and I should have closed that. Jesus, that was a dangerous thing. But I also need to get some villagers over here, preferably. Um, I'm debating a leather worker, since we have a cow farm. Then we can, since we have this very inhumane one, but also debating a shepherd, since we have sheep. I've just been kind of looking at things, but one thing I am debating the most is a cleric, because they're pretty good. I did get melon seeds. I'm trying to remember what else. I got a little more moss. That's something else I got. But yeah, I did not get a lot done off stream at least. I also did get rabbits. I got the stuff for rabbit stew that we needed, so I need to cook these two. And actually, I can put this raw cooked. Let me just see what I need in here. So I need these raw variants. Don't need the cooked. I'm just trying to remember everything. Do I have steak in here? I do not. I will put that in there. And I'll grab the rest of my golden carrots. But yeah, we need to get more golden carrots now. That's another thing we need to work on. One thing I have wanted to do, though, that I think we're going to do today, is start with... Where's my wood? There it is. I'm going to start by making some smithing tables. And with the smithing tables, we can start getting, I believe, armorers? Or is it the toolsmiths? I think this is the armorer. Or is it the weaponsmith? Frick, it's hard to tell. No, the weaponsmith is the grindstone. This is the toolsmith, which should help. And I'm going to basically put this into core for now. But I'm going to grab one of each for now. And we will separate them out each. But the main plan with these guys, I'm going to put them on the opposite side of the farmers, but I need to check something real quick if I need trap doors or not, because that's going to be important. If I don't, that's okay. Okay, I need to just full on do that side, okay. I also need to grab all of these rails. Oops. But yeah, I didn't really do too much off stream. So that's a good thing. So you didn't miss too much. But yeah, I don't know who watched the Pokemon Day thing yesterday, but holy shit. I'm surprised they announced it before the end of the year, but honestly, if they're planning to take time to make Legend Z, I say good on them. They're learning. And they've needed to frickin' learn for so long. I'm really hoping I'm nervous about it, but I'm really hoping that Game Freak finally puts in enough time they need for this. But there's that internal worry, especially after the last two games, that it's just gonna be as bad. But apparently it's supposed to take place inside of only Lumio City? Which makes me question, okay, how are we gonna catch Pokemon, etc.? This is supposed to be Birch. God damn it. I'm dumb. But it makes me question a lot of, like, wait, so, how are we gonna get Pokemon and stuff? Like, if we're inside a city, are we just gonna take it from people? Or are they gonna just be random Pokemon? How are the mechanics gonna work? Because these are some actual thoughts I have, are like, how are these things gonna work? Especially in a city. So it's gonna be interesting to see how they make it work. But I am nervous about it because with how laggy Scarlet and Violet was and stuff, and just like they need to stick to a style, Game Freak, like they really do. And I don't know if it's going to be a future Legends game or a past Legends game. It could be either for all we know. We don't really know because we've only had one Legends game. And if it's going to take place in all of Lumio City as like the full map, full open world, it's going to be interesting to see. But we don't really know for sure, and I'm interested in seeing how it's going to interact with the story of Kalos, like where it's going to be. Because it's an urban redevelopment program, and historically we have all these things with France and Paris, especially with urban redevelopment. I mean, with the construction of the Eiffel Tower to literally its creation, like I think God, was it like 300 BC area when France type area came to be? And that was I think that was before it was called France, if I remember correctly. It's been a long time, so I don't remember for sure. So take it with a grain of salt. But oh, hey 21, welcome to the stream. I hope you're well. I'm just talking about the Pokemon Presents from yesterday. But while I am interested, there is definitely that part of me that is really nervous because especially with how laggy the games have been as of recent, I really just want them to focus on their own style, not making it realistic. But I'm really hoping that the whole Pal World thing at least makes them think about, putting more effort into their games to make them better because the fact they announced it for 2025 instead of end of year, like, because I was expecting them to say around Christmas, but no, they said 2025. And that actually shocked me. And I'm hoping to God that they listen to the fans here and take time. Because, dear God, I am so nervous about something happening at this point. And with how the games have been, I'm nervous about having worse lag than Scarlet and Violet because it's like they've had way better games on the Switch. They just are so bad at optimizing. Like, Jesus. And I'm hoping that they do fix that because if they do, that's a win-win for everyone. And I think they want a win-win for everyone. Because then they get money. And it means they find something that people enjoy as long as they can keep it quality. But yeah, that lag is what worries me the most. But if they're spending this much time on it, it gives me a little more hope. Because maybe they'll actually spend some time on it. Maybe they won't do, the same stuff. Maybe Palworld might have just finally dug it into their fucking skulls. But we don't know for sure till it comes out. Like, yeah, we're getting I think it's interesting that we're getting a trading card for the phone where you get 2 packs each day. I think that's a really interesting thing. Plus the ability to see like a full art piece of the card and like zoom into the actual scenery. I think that's really cool. Though it does take away from the whole collecting aspect physically that a lot of people like about the cards. I can see like the intrigue of it, and I can see why some people like might be interested in it. We'll just have to see how it looks. Of course, we all knew Miraidon was coming to Unite, though I didn't expect Phalanx and Ceruledge, though they make sense looking at it. I honestly was expecting the next one to be announced to be like Koraidon, but I don't play Unite, so I don't really care too much. But definitely interesting. And of course, there's Cafe. I always forget that there are people who still play that. I've never played it, never found it interesting. Oops. Like, everyone has their own things they like, so. Take that as you will. Try not to sneeze now, god dang it, I can feel it. 1 second. Sorry about that. But yeah. I am interested in seeing where a lot of that Pokemon stuff goes. Though they didn't announce it, I know there's been like talk of it, of another mythical being part of this generation of Pokemon. Is it possible? Yes. Will it happen? I don't know. But that's definitely been something I've been hearing a lot of talk about, so interested to see where that's gonna go. Of course, the good thing is it seems they're taking more time, finally. Though I don't think anyone expected Kalos. Like, I'm quite sure a good chunk of people expected, like, Johto or Unova. Like, Unova was given. Oh, that made me like, wait, what was that type thing? Like, that's where my brain went. Me just checking out of nervousness after last time. But, like, I do find it interesting, and I am interested to see where it goes next because we really don't know. And while I am nervous about it because with a lot of stuff the Pokemon Company's done in the past, you never really know. But I have some hope. Some. Not much, but some. Let me just grab a few of these again because I realized I'm going to need them. Ooh, a cactus has grown. I'm going to need that because I need some green dye, lime dye, and cyan dye. But I've looked at some stuff. Okay, so Armorer. See if I can get a better trade. 7. Nope. I should have stuck with the first one. Okay. I'll buy that from you. Then I'm gonna skip that one. Do this one. Skip. Do this one. And then of course do. And here I'm gonna put the smithing table. And we'll get our next villager. But yeah. I am excited though to see like the new Pokemon stuff. Because I know we're gonna start like as it gets closer throughout the years and stuff, we're going to get more on like the actual like ins and outs of the Legends game. And I'm interested to see how Legends ZA or ZA it kind of sounds like weed, but I'm interested in seeing on how that's going to work out if it's all going to play in Lumio City and how it's going to connect to the Z Pokemon Zygarde because that's a very specific mon and not fully knowing is definitely going to be interesting because what is Zygarde going to do? I just saw the trailer. I know, right? It looks so cool. We're getting Megas back. And that worries me because if we do get Megas back, I'm nervous on how it's going to fuck up the format, especially as of certain things recently have taken place. Holy fuck! I'll be right back. That's an enchanted sword off the back. I've never seen that. Holy shit. Let me just grab some coal, like don't have much, but also I'm going to just grab 2 stacks of iron cuz I know I can eventually trade iron with them. And I also should probably put some chests in there, but I'll get to that. I need to finish this trade first so I don't lose out on it because holy shit. Thank you. But I am interested. If we get new megas, I hope the original Kalos starters get fucking megas. They should have to begin with. Like, I still think that of all the Pokemon, the original Kalos starters should have had them. The closest we got was the damn Battle Bond Greninja, which just makes the favoritism more obvious. Like, seriously. It's like, seriously, Game Freak. Like, could you make it more obvious? I might make an I might make an under area here to store chests in the future, but for now I'm just gonna, and that should be useful. And I'll keep some rails in here. But yeah, now I can kind of go through these guys and do a bit of the trading with them. I guess that's one way to put it. The axes I'll probably get rid of. The boots I will probably smelt and stuff. But it's a start. But I am excited. Like, more than excited about all this. Because, honestly, Kalos just needed the love so bad. Like, for those of you who played the original Kalos games, know very well how just boring it felt. And even if we're stuck in Lumios, I have a feeling we're going to get a lot of knowledge. But also, if we get the chance, it also means we're going to get the damn Furfrou forms back. Which means I can complete my living form decks. And I'm happy about that. Because it means I could technically then set it off to a point where I have every Pokemon myself for the most part, except for the roaming Gimmighoul, because I can't figure the fuck out how to get it. And when I did figure it out, I'm just like, I really don't play Pokemon Go. Legends Z to A looks like a Gen 6 remake. Question, what about Gen 5? I think Z to A is definitely not a remake. It's a Legends game. It even says Legends Z to A. Though they did from what I watched, because I watched a stream of someone doing it, um, it, on the Twitter they called it, Pokemon Legends ZA, like that. So I have a feeling it's less of Z-A to more ZA, but we don't know for sure. I think the reason we didn't get Gen 5 this year, next year is the 15th anniversary, I believe, of Gen 5. I have a feeling they're saving it for that. But also, they could be taking more time, which is another thing they really have needed to do. And we don't know for sure yet. And we won't know for a bit. But I think that's going to be pretty useful for us to, like, overall figure out. Good, the Iron Trade, finally. Also, I'm just going to get rid of all these axes because I'm never going to use all these damn stone axes. But I have a feeling it's going to be more of like, hey Ziggy, welcome to stream. But also, if you think about it, we got black and white stuff through the Academy of Blueberry. So I have a feeling, oh my god, that's actually nice. It's actually pretty nice. But I have a feeling that that's another of the many reasons we're not going to see it. Is because we got the Academy. And I have a feeling that was meant to hold us over for a bit. And if that is true, it really puts into perspective a new thing of, well, if that's meant to hold us over, it means they have a plan. Yes, I saw the GIF through for the day I lost my internet. Nice breakdancing cat. But I am interested, though, because we didn't get a new Scarlet and Violet DLC. Thank God. Honestly, I wouldn't have minded it because I like the characters of Scarlet and Violet, really well written. Now they, like, if they can keep that writing style up, like bang, 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 great. Now they just need to find that style, but we'll just have to kind of see. And it does kind of worry me, because I don't know what's to come, but we'll just have to see how well they do with it. Because we know that they aren't gonna just do it the same way we expect. They never have. And honestly, they've thrown quite a lot of curveballs out recently. So I have a feeling we're going to see some stuff new. specifically new stuff. I'm interested to see if we're going to get any Kalosian forms in the Legends game. And I have a feeling that if we are, we're going to maybe see one or two before the games come out. I would expect that. Is there an official Pokemon game with a dark story or something? Yes, there's actually a few if you think about it. I mean, like, I don't know if you've ever played Colosseum and stuff. That one was semi dark, but then there's the Conquest games. I mean, if you think about it, Black and White had a very realistic story, but also it really depends on what you call dark. I have a feel like with how certain things are, certain parts of Pokemon stories have definitely gotten a bit darker over the years in certain areas, like to the point where they're more comfortable mentioning death. So that's at least something we can say. They're more comfortable mentioning things like death. So I have a feeling eventually, if not now, but later, we're gonna start seeing more in that department as they get more comfortable, but only to certain limits because of certain frickin' things they can show due to actual laws in their own country. Because they have certain laws with like blood, gore, and stuff like that in their own country. Fun fact. So we'll kind of have to see as time goes, but I feel like we will get more darker stories over time, but not to the extent we think. I have a feeling we're going to get more stories similar to Scarlet and Violet and Black and White, where it makes you think about it and actually like question the morality, where people are like morally gray in some aspects, but there are outright fucked up people who have done their own things. I have a feeling we're going to see a mixture of like more realistic interpretations of that stuff. Like, if not often, we're going to still see it, even if it's not very often. We're going to start seeing it more, especially from how certain things have happened. I have that expectation from them at this point, because if you kind of look at some of the stuff they like have done in the recent games especially, you'll kind of see the same trend of, yeah, that's what they've been doing this whole time. They've been putting more of that type of stuff out, and we'll just have to see where it goes from here, but I am interested nonetheless, because we'll just have to see. And if they do keep doing it like that, we're going to have a lot more Pokemon games making us question morality and other things about the world, because, damn. And I love the writing of Scarlet and Violet. They did so good with the writing of, like, certain stuff. In my opinion, like, Nemona's a very fun, believable rival, as, like, one of the nicer, more, like, battle rivals. Like, she's basically just a Pokemon's version of Goku, unintentionally. Let's battle! I see you've gotten stronger. Let's battle! Like, we'll just have to kind of see over time. Like, a lot of people were surprised that Scarlet and Violet even mentioned that the professor died outright. Like, oh yeah, the professor's fucking dead now. Yay! Like, spoilers if you haven't played, but honestly, it's become a very well-known thing now that it's kind of, if you avoided it for this long, I'd be surprised. But as we notice stuff, like, there was someone who actually ranked all of the how well, like, through, they use like a software to basically do every gym leader and stuff at the same level, and they did it. The professors of Turo and Sada actually ranked the top two in terms of like overall win to loss ratio, and I find that really funny. But it also says a lot about the Paradox Mons and also like their battle strategy. Like, all the Scarlet and Violet NPCs ranked surprisingly high. Dude, and even Penny ranked pretty high. Penny ranked above the worst Elite Four member, which says something. But hell, even Gita was actually up there pretty high. I will say, Gita really sucked with her team originally, but if you did the DLC, I don't know if you need the DLC for it or not. I've heard that there's a chance you can get her back into the championship for the team, but you can also just see it if you do the Blueberry Academy. She changes her team. She leads with Gomora and finishes off with her King Gambit and Terra flyings the King Gambit. So, like, instead of being quad weak to frickin' fighting, oh yeah, no, it's resistant to fighting now, and with its Supreme Overlord, that's pretty terrifying. But it also made her a lot more dangerous of a champion. So I gotta give Game Freak props on taking that criticism on the chin and just going, okay, yeah, we'll fix it, and then just, holy crap, it caught me by surprise because I really just expected it to be another Gita thing, like, oh, they changed a Pokemon here and there. Yeah, no, they changed her entire team. She had her Espathra. Her Go-Goat was replaced by a Chestnut, um, as well as a bunch of other things. She had a Dragapult instead as well. She still used her Avalugg. Trying to remember what was the other one. Oh yeah, Veluza was replaced with, I believe it specifically was replaced with the Dragapult. But yeah, Gita became a terrifying menace with the new stuff. Like, she actually had a viable team. And it caught me off guard. I still won, but it threw me for a loop and actually gave me some difficulty. So I gotta give Game Freak credit on listening to the fans, not just for that, but also the fact they announced it this early, but also mentioned stuff like the fact that it's coming out in 2025 instead, and we're gonna have to wait longer. I'm really hoping that Game Freak also listened to our thing about, like, people's thing about taking time. Because if they did, we're golden. Like, it means they fully listened, and it means that they actually took it to heart and actually are improving, which is amazing, if true. Like, I am so happy that they are actually taking time with the Legends game because I was so scared it was going to come out like this year and it just be like, here we go again. But no, it isn't. And that's what surprised me. So we'll just have to kind of see as it goes. And for all we know, it could be a darker Pokemon game. It might not be. We don't know. I mean, something a lot of people forget, especially with wanting darker games, is Pokemon's a kids genre. It's been for kids for years, and the only reason it feels harder is not only a bit because of power creep, like in terms of ease, but also because we've started to learn all that stuff. I mean, we grew up playing it, and we grew up trying this game for how many years? Knockback 2, Protection 3, Protection 3, Power 3. Ooh. Unbreaking 3. I'll probably go for that. Ooh, Unbreaking 3, Protection 3. I think I might go for an Unbreaking 3. I don't know which one yet, though. But over time, things have changed. Fairy type was added to combat dragon types. Hydreigon was a menace when it first came out, until the fairy type came and completely bodied it. And I think that's one of the things a lot of people, like, now some of the best typings are fairy and steel. Two very great typings defensively and offensively, each. Fire type has more use with resisting Fairy. They really need to buff Bug. They buffed Ice type by giving them a defense boost in the snow. Like, I believe it's defense and special defense, or just special defense. But it also helps a lot more because the Ice type was built as a more glass cannon type, but they've made most of the damn Ice types bulky. It's like, really? So Titan is one of the few that goes against that because it has thick fat. So it takes reduced damage from fire type moves as well. And it's one of those things where, honestly, if they can fix bug type next to make it more viable, that would be great. Like, it has a lot of weaknesses. And bug types are some of the cooler type, in my opinion, personally. We'll just have to kind of see where it goes from there, but I would like to see them do more balancing. Why they wanted Charizard to be a dragon type. Exactly, like, something a lot of people forget is that would break the type trio. What Blastoise would no longer be super effective against it. Like, it would actually break it. They would need to give Blastoise a new type, but it can't be a type that would make it resist Venusaur. Like, flying type makes sense as well. If you look at how many dragon moves does Charizard actually get versus how many flying moves does Charizard actually get, it also makes sense stab-wise and ability-wise that it would get flying type. Like, when you actually, like, take a step back and, like, think about it, you start to notice that type of stuff. Just like, oh, like, and so I feel like a lot of people who are like, oh, we want dragon type for it. Like, you need to take a step back and look. There's a reason that there isn't a dragon type starter. The only things strong against dragon are dragon, fairy, and ice. So you would probably need a fire dragon, which would not work with a water ice type. So, a water dragon. And then you would need like a grass fairy. And then you would need something strong for the dragon and water type to fit with the fire type. You could go steel type. And then you have to look at the fact that, wait, it's the fire type. It just resists the water now. And that's just going to repeat. And it's one of those things where you just kind of got to look at it like, okay, you could do grass steel, water fairy, and then dragon fire. But even then, it becomes neutral because fire resists fairy. So it's just that constant cycle all over again. And I find it really dumb. Because it's just like, really? Again? Because after a point, you're just there like, you really haven't looked at the type charts, have you? 1 second, I need to blow my nose. One of the coolest theories I've seen is one where the Charizard Y is the original Megastone, but Charizard X is a genetically created Megastone for Charizard. Because people wanted a Dragon type instead. Which honestly is a really nice theory. Be it real or not. Like, in terms of game lore, we really don't know. But it's still an interesting thing to think about. And I like thinking about that type of stuff because it really puts into perspective a lot of possibilities. Yeah, this guy doesn't want pumpkins, so... Cool, you got pumpkins. Okay, so I wanna... We're gonna be here for a bit. But... Oh my god, he wants so much. But, like, over time, a lot of that stuff is just going to become, you know, samey. And if you're going to want to keep it balanced, you're gonna need to think. Like, grass, fire, and water are like one of the only... I think it's one of 2 or 3 perfect type combos. Which really says something about the difficulty of balancing the game. Because thinking of another one, that would technically be a quote-unquote perfect triangle for the 3 of them. Ice, fighting, and flying. Because ice is super effective. So you got ice, which is super effective, which takes over flying, which then takes over fighting, which that beats ice, and repeat. But even then, fighting doesn't have many weaknesses. Flying also is weak to electric. Ice is weak to so many types. It's weak to fire, fighting, rock, and steel as well. I think that's all of its weaknesses, but its only resistance is ice. Poor ice type. Like, the ice type really needs more buffs, but bug type too. Like, some of them just outright need to be fixed. Especially with balancing. I mean, look at Parasect. It's grass bug, and it's quad weak to fire and flying. It's like... Damn. Like, after a point, you gotta ask yourself, when is enough enough with that? Because it's kind of crazy. Like, you look at it, and you just have to think to yourself, okay, what's the best for balancing? And I can guarantee you most of the people who want that type of stuff don't care about balancing. Like, balancing is one of the biggest things. And it's why I just hate, with a passion, hate, say that Psychic type needs a buff. No, it does not. Psychic type does not need a buff. Dark is immune to Psychic type, but also strong against it. Bug is strong against Psychic type, but Ghost was supposed to be strong against Psychic type. And is now. But in the original game, it was immune. Psychic was immune to it, I believe. But also, the only ghost types at the time were poison, which Psychic is strong against. Psychic's also strong against fighting. Like, even then, Psychic is a very powerful class, type as well. Like, Psychic definitely doesn't need a buff. Bug and Ice types need buff. Because they're the weakest types overall. Then you need to look at rock types. And then you need to look at grass types. Then you need to look at ground types, which are probably one of the best balanced ones with its own set. But because, like, grass, you got ice, you got bug, flying. Like, that's okay. Fire is weak to water, rock, and ground. That makes sense. Water is weak to grass, Electric. And what else? Ice type if you use freeze dry. I mean, hell, grass is actually also weak to fire. It's like it's literally 5, 3, 2. It's 4, 3, 2 with that. And that's of the ones I can remember off the top of my head. Fire resists fairy types. So, like, fairy types are probably one of the most interesting types because they were created to nerf dragon types. Like, because of how bad they were. Dark Dark type and Steel type were created to nerf things like Psychic type and stuff, which were actually dominating the meta at the time. Also, let's go mining because I kind of want some more coal so we can trade with them. But a lot of that stuff was changed for good reason. Like, when you actually look at the stuff, especially, just Psychic type is one of the only types that does not need another buff. I mean, you got some heavy hitters in Psychic type. And you got some bulky monsters in there as well, like Lugia. You got the heavy hitters like Alakazam, the bulky monsters like Lugia, but you also got some really good mixed sides of stuff too. Ooh, 2 arrows. But a lot of the stuff is people wanting one thing or another to make their favorite type happy. Like the flying type. That's my favorite type. It's weak to electric, ice, immune to ground, weak to rock. Like, would I change it? No. Not unless it had even more glaring flaws. If anything, I'd love to see another flying ground type besides Landorus. I'm trying to find all these dark spots that need to be lit up so things don't spawn. Where are they coming from? And it had an arrow as well. Oh, up. Good to know. I'm trying to, like, clear the space out more. Oh, that's going to become a drowned. Ooh, copper. I'll take it. I don't need it, but I'll take it. But, like, after a point, you need to just ask yourself, okay, when's enough enough? Because the meta's already fucking broken beyond belief with Urshifu and stuff. Like, holy shit, Urshifu. Like, its stats are nowhere near the best, but they're really good. Jesus fucking Christ. But, like, it has the ability to punch through Protect with its insane attacks and so much else. Like, part of the issue is definitely stuff like power creep does affect certain Pokemon. Even if it's not, like, completely true for everything, there are some that just outright are power creep. Urshifu. I mean, Ogerpon has fallen over time too. But it's actually better balanced. Urshifu has been up and has stayed up. And until a more dangerous threat comes through, we're just gonna keep seeing Urshifu. Like, Single Strike is insane. Rapid Strike is just even crazier. Like, of all the teams, Urshifu is on almost all of them. Like, and it's usually Rapid Strike because it can get through Focus Sash. And even then, well, yeah, it's a water type move, it's still an issue. Oh, shut up, Drowned. Like, it's to a point where it's literally the reason they nerfed Dark Void and made it so Smeargle can't use it anymore. Yeah, they nerfed it even though they fixed the issue, despite Darkrai not being able to be used in any format. Like, what the fuck? Like, they... Poor Darkrai. Didn't deserve it. But, like, they nerfed that instead of just, keeping it so they just remove it from Smeargle. No, 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 no. They're gonna nerf it so Darkrai even has a worse time. It's like, it's a mythical, and it's not even allowed in the damn format. What the fuck? Like, you already fixed it by making it so Smeargle can't use it. You really needed to nerf it that much more. But no, they don't go and nerf the actual thing that's been dominating for years now and actually been causing issues. Because, no, that's fine. It's like, really? They nerfed Zamazenta and Zacian. Zacian, I get why. Zamazenta didn't deserve that. And the only reason it got nerfed is because Zacian was too fucking broken. Like, poor Zamazenta didn't deserve it. Like, when you look at it from that kind of perspective of just, like, playing VGC, certain Pokemon used to be amazing. But some of them have just fallen off because of other Pokemon replacing it, but also because some Pokemon just make it unplayable. And Urshifu is one of those Pokemon that, like, you got to play against it. If you want to actually beat it, you want to play around it. And you got to be smart about it. To such an extent that there's no point into any defensive tactics, for the most part. And the only time we had any defensive tactic stuff was way back when the frickin' stuff first came out for the Teal Mask with Ogerpon and stuff, as well as like some of the Blueberry Academy, because people were still learning new stuff about some of the new moves. Like, Jesus. One sec. Ugh, I hate my fucking allergies. They've been awful as of recent. And I mainly mute so you don't have to hear me sneeze into the mic and blow my nose because, as my family has said, my nose blowing sounds like a trumpet. And my sneezes are either really cute or really loud. Their words, not mine. But, as I was kind of saying, Urshifu is just broken beyond belief in so many ways. Like, the fact that it doesn't get the full, like, stuff against Protect, and it's just like, they removed Pursuit because some godforsaken reason. If they deemed it too broken, why is Urshifu's ability make it basically a stronger Pursuit? Like, that's something that always annoyed me, especially because it's just like using Protect is such a gamble now because with Urshifu there's no point in using Protect on a lot of stuff. And if you do, it's a risky play beyond stuff because now we also have Tachyon Cutter with Iron Boulder, which goes through Protect. But it also isn't an ability that affects every physical move that it has. It's just one move. Like, it added way more complexity to have moves like Tachyon Cutter and Pursuit that, yeah, they were weak, but if you hit with Protect, it would go like, not Pursuit, Pursuit was the one if you switched out, which honestly I think was a really interesting one because trying to predict switches. But also, you get the ones that did hit through Protect, like I believe it was Faint that did it. It did pitiful damage unless it hit when you Protect. Okay, gotta go to school, start soon. Okay, well I hope you, ow, have a wonderful day. But yeah, like, there's a lot of stuff they need to fix. And I really do hope they end up fixing it eventually. Because they really do need to. Because, like, I don't get how they thought it was the best idea. Yet they still did it. And we've seen how fucked the meta has become because of it. I mean, practically everyone uses Urshifu now. And it's to a very, very annoying extent. Like, Heatran, I get with the Terra Grass, but it wastes a Terra. It makes you use your gimmick on it instead of, which is a once use per battle, which I think is way more forgivable because you're using something that you could use on something else. And it's not a thing of, oh yes, let's just bonk. Now you and you don't have anything against it. And it's like, why? Like, good luck with that because even with Sturdy and Rapid Strike, if you use Surging Strikes on something with Sturdy, it's just dead. Same thing if it has a Focus Sash. Like, in a lot of cases, it's just screwed if it's super effective in any form, or even normal, because a lot of time people hold the Splash Plate or Mystic Water just to boost the Water type moves. So, like, it becomes more of an issue from there. And honestly, it's also sad that they didn't give the Scarlet and Violet Pokemon more time to shine without other Pokemon from other games or legendaries. And I really think they should have done that instead of not done what they did. Because it would have been able to get more people to find the uses. Like, for example, Wolfie VGC. Um, if you haven't seen them, they used a Farigiraf as of recently, and God, that Armor Tail ability, freaking insanely useful. Like, I use a Farigiraf myself in my main Pokemon Scarlet team. Armor Tail is so useful because, like Dazzling and stuff, you can just outright stop, and I mean stop, priority moves. So Sucker Punch doesn't work, etc. Which is really useful on a Pokemon that's Psychic Normal, where it's not weak to fighting, so it loses a weakness. It's weak to Dark, but since a lot of Dark types run Sucker Punch or Knockoff, one of those just gets completely removed. The issue is just its base stat total, but even then, like with its base stats, it's still pretty good at what it does. It's a mixed attacker mainly if you build it right, and it can work really well. Like if you use it right. I love Farigiraf. I think it's a very useful Pokemon. Like, there's been some failed Eviolite users as well, like with the Dunsparce's, with like Dunsparce and stuff, and Dipplin. But like Hydrapple's a pretty good Pokemon, but we haven't seen it much because there's no point in using it in the format right now. Because it doesn't. It's slow, but it's really good in its own ways. But there's not much of it that actually helps against Urshifu. Being a more bulky, like, attacker. Like, I've tried some of my own strats with it, like For example, I used Malamar on a team with it to see if I could try some stuff with Contrary Draco Meteor and stuff on it, which worked out pretty well, but you gotta be careful of ice types. So, it's why I made my Terra type Steel, which is a very commonly used Terra type. But even then, it's like, yeah, you have to learn with a lot of stuff, but I feel like if they had given the Scarlet and Violet Pokemon more chance, especially, not only would we have actually gotten to see more of their um, personal strengths, like with Scovillain and stuff, who we really didn't get to see much of because of all that. Like, and it was part way through the season too when they fully announced, "Oh yeah," and it's like completely messed up the meta, but also it really just took away from the Pokemon that needed it to learn because certain Pokemon are really good in their own ways, but because they brought back all these old Pokemon too, it was just instantly we didn't get to see like all their strengths and find out new stuff. Which, and if we do, it's probably not going to be till later in the generation or next generation at best, which is sad because I actually would really love to see more of that. Also, yes, I lit up this spawner in here. I found it off stream and I'm like, ooh. But I really do think that there's a lot that needs to be fixed in terms of not just the like stuff with Pokemon and their own making of games, but also their freaking VGC and TCG communities. Because I mean, we've watched as like Nintendo, Pokemon, and so many other of the Nintendo like sets have just gotten kind of fucked up and fucked over in a lot of cases, like the Smash Bros community and other stuff. Like we've kind of seen a lot, and it's sad to watch it happen, but it's also like, at what point do you just, stop? Like, that's kind of the point where you need to think, what point do you just stop? Because, like, how many times has Nintendo done something to the detriment of the community? How many times has insert company done that? It's like, it's sad. Because I do like playing Pokemon. I used to love the VGC community, but like after a point, it just kind of went downhill for me because certain Pokemon just became annoying to deal with. It became a lot more unbalanced. And I've tried to get back into it a few times, but it's just to a point where last time I fully played in a full VGC format was Gen 5. I did some in Gen 6, I did some in each gen in some form except Gen 8, but mainly because Gen 8 I just stopped caring. I tried Gen 9, but ugh. I went out of my way to learn like all the stuff about different Pokemon that were used in the formats and like best ways to possibly counter them, and hell, I even tried an unusual Meowscarada tactic where instead of being more support, like full on attack-esque, like I found that really useful to go for that because I had a really nice Meowscarada. It was powerful in its own regards, and building it in a different way was definitely fun. But like I've tried all sorts of different tactics. I tried one, and I made a surprisingly bulky Clodsire unintentionally, and it was really good at surviving stuff overall. Like, it would take super effective hits like a truck. It was insane. It was basically like trying to plow into a building and hoping it freaking fell over at times. It was freaking amazing. Because you don't expect much from Clodsire, especially. Like, its stats aren't the best, but I was actually quite proud of myself for making such a bulky Clodsire because it's just so funny to see this Pokemon that you're just like, okay, this will be easy to take care, and boom, just dead. Like, because it would just bulk and bulk. Because I used my fair share of moves on it as well, so I would make it this bulky thing, and I gave it leftovers and stuff, and a few other things to kind of heal it. But there was one I never got to try, and I might try it one day. I wanted to try to look into the Ninjask line as a possible future one again, because I wanted to do it in black and white. I just never got to it. But I thought about doing a Ninjask speed boost, agility, evade, double team type stuff, where I raise my evasion so I'm not hit as easily. And then Baton Pass. There was part of me that wanted to try that. Like, full on Baton Pass strats. Just see what I could do. Maybe make, like, a speedy, broken Mon out of it. Because it would have been really interesting. I mean, I've done some weird stuff in the Pokemon games. I mean, most people would find me insane when I tell them that I used a Kricketune to sweep the 6th gym in Pokemon Platinum. It was fucking hilarious. I did the same in BDSP. Wasn't too hard. But it's so funny when you get to say that, oh yeah, I just sweeped a frickin' person with a Kricketune. I even sweeped one of the Elite Four with Kricketune. It was frickin' hilarious. Fury Cutter with, like, just overall certain, like, stats and stuff. Just need to know what you're doing with it. It was so funny. Because Kricketune is, like, not that good of a Pokemon. But it's really funny when you get to use a not very good Pokemon to just sweep things. Like, there's some ones that are, like, well known for that ability, like Magikarp, Rattata. Pokemon like that. They are way more common to think about when you hear it. But most people don't think about Kricketune when it comes to that. Like, it's really fucking funny. Just like, yes, Kricketune. Yeah, I know, computer. We'd like to remind you to update your computer. Yeah, I'll do that later. I need to do a restart update after stream. Ugh. Something I forgot to do before stream, and that's on me. Either way, though, it's still interesting to look back at some of the stuff, but also, like, look at all these new possibilities for it. Because you can just sweep entire teams with the right setups. And there's a certain extent that I'm fine with it. But when it's a common thing where it can't be, like, easily dispatched, it feels like it just kind of gets annoying. Like, there's extents where I am okay with everything and stuff, but yeah, it just depends. Tater. Let's put the mob drops away. Why are there birch planks in here? Arrows. I will put in mob drops for now, I guess. More rotten flesh. Diorite, andesite, tough. Redstone. Lapis. Cobbled deep slate. And then some more armor to add to my list. And we're level 21. That's a good thing. Like, I've done quite a bit. Enderman. Sorry. Completely just got distracted there. But, like, there's a lot of stuff I am interested in terms of the Pokemon. Like, I'd love to see more Pokemon stuff. I really would. But there's also that part of me that just internally worries, oh no, what are they going to do this time? Because after a point, you see it all, and you're just like, really? Because I love the Pokemon games. I always have. They've been part of my childhood. They've always been part of my life. And yeah, I do get interested in like what they do now and stuff and like how things have changed, but after a point you kind of look at it and are just like, okay, yeah, this is kind of broken, not gonna lie. And it just kind of gets draining. Unbreaking 2. That's a pretty good pickaxe. Like, I really do like Pokemon. I love the different things you can do with Pokemon games. And I want to see more that comes out of it. I really do. I just hope that eventually they get their shit together on certain things. Because, Jesus Christ. I think that's the best way to put it, is Jesus Christ. Where the fuck is that Enderman? It's like I hear it. I just don't know where it is. Also, I'm just going to stack a load of stuff into that smelter. You know what? Let's do a bit of tree chopping. We'll start with the birch trees, since I need quite a bit of birch. I'm also going to need a bit of everything else, but then we can smelt some of these logs for charcoal as well. My hope, though, is that we can get enough of the saplings to, like, fill out more of this. At least that's the plan. We'll just have to kind of see. But, yeah. I know, I am excited, though. I have a few things I finally got done yesterday. I was able to clean out one of my old things and get it working again. So, that's a plus. Big plus, honestly. Because I now can... It's an old little mechanism thing I got. And I was able to take it apart, clean it out, fix up certain parts that needed fixing. So it was at least something I could do in the side while waiting for the thing to come in for my freaking desktop. And it still pisses me off because it needs to be grounded. Like, I've already tried, it needs to be grounded. And it annoys me that it's taking this long. I ordered it in January. Still haven't seen it. It's been over a month now. So, yeah. Another thing to add to my list. Yay. I know on the first, after stream, like, what I'm gonna have to do, and I don't know how long I will stream on Friday, so I'm gonna do a Stardew stream tomorrow, and on Friday, I'm gonna do a bit of an art stream, and we'll see how far we get. But, depending when I leave, because I have a friend's birthday, and all I know is we plan to surprise them. And I'm excited because I also need to finish baking some brownies because I'm bringing brownies. I don't care. I know that they like brownies, and I know whenever I make baked goods and bring them to something like this, they are gone before the end. They're usually gone pretty quickly. But since they are becoming old enough to drink, God, it makes me feel old. I still remember. But and they don't really like the thought of alcohol. We're just gonna do like alcohol fakes, like some of those, some mockeries. It's gonna be interesting. I just know that overall I'm excited because even if we don't do D&D this weekend, I'm just happy we get to like chill and just it really depends what they want to do. And that's why either way I'm going to bring my D&D bag because it's not just for D&D. It's literally my bag that I have nearly everything in. I have a first aid kit. I have an entire thing in there. I have calculators. I have a box cutter. Will I need it? Who knows? Better to be ready than never at all. As my good old father used to say, I haven't heard him say that in a long time. But I'm always ready no matter what for things. Like, I always have to have something prepared. So, like, I can actually look in the bag because it's right next to me. So, like, for example, I have a notebook, I have pencils, pens, I have my D&D stuff. I have a calculator, I have a chart, I have extra charger that can be turned that has a thing where I can connect it and it can turn into multiple types of charger for any charging needs that people may have, as well as many other things. But it's funny because I'm just looking I can look at it and I'm like, I have a lot of stuff in here. I have extra batteries if need be, which I recently replaced because you should always do that. But also, I have a flashlight. Why do I have that? Like I'm using one hand to just do this and I'm looking through it like lightly. Like I have dry erase markers. But I also have a lot of extra dice. But for some reason I also have peppermint. I don't remember why I put that in there. Oh yeah, it helps with stomach aches. Good old farm fresh medicine. Like, I have a lot of stuff in that bag. It is a bag that honestly is kind of crazy what I have in there. You need a peppermint for your not so feeling well stomach? Well, I got you covered. Farm fresh medicine with guys. Good old farm fresh peppermint. Oh god, I'm a weirdo. But yeah, I'm gonna be bringing quite a bit of stuff. Like, I'm probably gonna bring, like, I have this game that they might like called Telesketch. It's basically Pictionary and telephone, where we'll see how it goes. Because if you've ever played Gartic Phone, it's like that. Um, I also have this game that I am gonna take over where you look at it and you have different numbers and you basically vote for who's most likely to do blank, and it's different depending on like the question, and whoever has the most at the end is the most likely to do things of certain. It's a very interesting game. I also have Cards Against Humanity, which is a classic, but I also have other stuff. Like overall, and it really just depends what people want to do. And if she wants to play D&D, we'll play D&D. If she doesn't, that's okay too. And we'll just have to see what happens. But I know that I'm excited for it. I know it's one of the many things I've been kind of working on in the background with like them. Like when I actually get some free time to myself. And honestly, I'm excited. I don't know what's to come from all of it, but we'll just have to see over time. And holy crap, these pumpkins are growing so fast. It's not like I have like, look, what the heck? When did pumpkins start growing this fast? Am I just getting really lucky or something? I don't know. Are they affected by tick rate? I don't know. Are pumpkins affected by tick rate? I know some of the other crops are, like growing wise, but I don't know. Maybe? Who knows? Like, it does make me think though. Like, I used to do a lot outside and just overall around my house when I got time, but now I actually get to, like, do stuff with friends more. And it's actually really nice. I know I want to do some stuff with friends on stream one day. It really depends on what overall happens. But I know, like, with some of the stuff my friends and I talk about, we've made a joke about making a podcast out of it because it would be an interesting podcast. It would literally just be like a radio show because we talk about the most random bullshit. Like, it's kind of weird. And so that's kind of been a thing we as friends have kind of talked about. Like, oh, damn it. Where we're just like, might not be a bad idea. And stuff. So, like, that was an interesting talk with them about it and, like, learning what their thoughts were on it. But if it ever did happen, I'd definitely mention it. I just know that, overall, the idea of a podcast is interesting. Don't know if I'd do it. Still a cool thought, though. Like, doing a podcast. I mean, with what we talk about, it's very podcasty anyway, so, like, because we'll talk about a myriad of things, from small things to full-on world event type things. We'll talk about all sorts of stuff, from, like, we've talked about D&D to, oh yeah, did you hear about that one guy who fell down the stairs? Oh yeah, he just bumped his head a few times. It's like, what? What are you talking about? It turns out it was a bad joke. Yeah, I don't understand it either. But it's a real joke someone made. It still makes me cringe internally. Some of us are built for making jokes. Others are not. Like, some of us are definitely more built for making jokes. But it's definitely a fun idea, and it is interesting. At least for me, it's interesting because never really thought about doing podcast stuff for most part, and I think it could be fun. Just depends. Because I don't really think about it, but when you do get a chance to, it's sometimes an interesting thought process of like, what if I was in one? But who knows? If they end up doing it, they end up doing it. If not, they don't. Whatever happens, I don't care. I just know that I enjoy what I do, and that is streaming. I know that not everyone enjoys streaming like I do, but that's okay. Honestly, I am really excited about some of the stuff coming to, like, just stuff nearby. I know I am excited about some of the new games coming out. There's a few games that I saw in my recommended that I've thought about getting. Like, I've been recommended a few games personally, and there's a few that I've thought about playing. And I'm just like, do I play it or not? Like, one of the many ones is like Slay the Princess was one of them. Um, Another one was Terranil, I believe is what it's called. Like, I've been recommended a few others, but those two kind of stood out to me the most because one is a visual novel type that apparently is part horror. Apparently. And the other one is basically fixing a broken world and turning it back to a thriving ecosystem. And those kind of stood out to me. Another one that also kind of stood out to me was Forager. Never played it, but apparently you buy islands and do a bunch of like foraging and stuff. So I'll look into it one day. We'll just see. I know either way, still interesting. Like, I find that stuff so interesting, personally. I am someone who likes to look at these different types of games because that's just me. I am a very interested person when it comes to a lot of these types of games with different premises and ideas. And I want to try a lot of them eventually. Because some of them actually sound really fun. I know Ori and the Will of the Wisps is one I want to do on stream eventually. It's one of the ones of the many games I do want to try on stream. But of course I'm going to do Ori and the Blind Forest first on stream. So... God damn it, I did it one off. Oh, Wandering Trader! Hello there. Dark Oak, Dark Oak, Dark Oak! How much? 5 emeralds, 5 emeralds, 5 emeralds. I will be back, you stay here. Oh my god. We need 4 of those. We need 4 of those. We need 4 of those. I will take this. Oh my god, 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 oh my. Oh my fucking god, oh my 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 god, good, 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 good. I just need emeralds, holy crap. Please tell me I can buy 4 saplings from him. That would be very nice. I don't know why I'm singing. Maybe it's out of nerves. Who the heck knows? 'Cause I don't. Not you, it's you. 18's not enough. I hope I can get more and more and more. Thank you. Wandering Trader, please don't run from me. Please don't run. I left a log in there. I can just tell it. If he disappeared, I would have cried. Oh, I got it. I'm happy. I can die happy now. I can officially die happy. Okay. And let's just add a bunch of these. Yeah, there's a lot of trees in this game that I just really want, and Dark Oak is one of them. Like, Dark Oak is such a beautiful tree, in my opinion. Plus, the logs are very good for overall stuff. So we'll just kind of have to see where it goes. There's a log somewhere in here. There it is! Okay, that's enough. But yeah, like, I'm definitely gonna plant that dark oak tree, though. Like, hell yes. I know I do need to make, like, an actual, like, full-on blast chamber wood farm one day. I'll do it. We just need coral. Like, the fans, specifically, and that's why I tried to see if I could do it outside of a War Motion. But I can't. It needs to be a War Motion. So we need to find a War Motion eventually. And I'll probably build, like, a, frickin', nether portal to it, too. Just to make sure, of course. But we got that dark oak we've wanted. Now I can plant this. And I already know where I'm going to plant it. I'm going to plant it over here so it grows by itself. Ooh, the cactus has grown. There we go. Now I can just put this in here. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, 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 boom. And then I can put these in here, as well as this. And I can put the rest into wood, etc. There we go. In terms of pumpkins, those will go to plants, and I have extra emeralds! Yay! Happiness noises. There we go. But yeah, like, we'll just have to kind of see what we can do now. We also are getting really close in terms of level 30 and getting a new enchant. Also, I'm definitely going to have to start that soon in terms of the furnace. Ooh, 35 raw beef. I will take that, and I will put it in the furnace. Yeah, this is going to probably be going for a bit, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait till I get all of my trading done with that one guy. Okay. Also, I'm going to take off my shield. I don't need it right now. I think I'm going to start doing that when I don't need it. For my own sake. For those of you who watch Hermitcraft, I've actually been catching up with a lot of old hermits that I used to watch, like, Cleo, Iskal. It's interesting to watch Skiz finally play Hermitcraft, because I had watched him before Hermitcraft. Like, what got me into watching him was actually the Imp and Skiz podcast, because I was like, oh, he has a YouTube channel? I'm gonna watch it. And I love his editing style. But I also like some of the jokes he makes overall. Like, one of his videos, he just starts breaking and purposely griefing his house. Tango's like, don't be that. I need your help. Just, like, using that as an ability. It was so funny. Be- like, there's certain lines that just made me laugh my ass off. I also watch, like, Pearl and Gem. Of course, I watch Grian, I watch Mumbo and Scar. I watch a lot of different hermits. I can't watch them all. I don't have that type of time. Like, Doc is the one that I always have the issue watching because he has just such long videos that I just don't have the time. Like, Doc's videos are just so long and I'm here like, I want to watch them, but I can't. I don't have that time. So I'm just over here like, tis a shame. I would have liked to watch it. But either way, though, still nice. I know, I am interested in, like, the permit stuff that they introduced, so that will be interesting to see. Like, I watch my fair share of stuff when I get time. I know Streamer has a thing that he does outside of streaming. What? Jokes aside, I do love watching that type of stuff. I am a nerd through and through. And I find that fine. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. With a bunch more emeralds now. Hopefully that should help. Bunk and bunk. He should now upgrade his trades. Chain boots. And he's upgrading again. And chain helmets. Jesus Christ. This guy is going to be rich when I am done with him. Okay, so I need a few more ingots. And then... Holy crap. Feather falling and blast protection. Damn. Well, there goes my shield. Oops. um. Uh. Uh. Put the iron in there. And then I'm just gonna... Hopefully he likes that. And I'll just throw one into there. I don't care about the chainmail. Holy crap, we're gonna have so much shit after this. And more pumpkins to add to our list of stuff. Finally get to relax. I know, whatever happens, I am excited. Oh shit, that's the wrong chest. Oopsie poopsie. Yeah, I should probably set this going. Holy crap, we got a lot from that. We are going to be rich. I tell you, rich. I know eventually what I want to do is, when crafters come out, I want to put a bunch of I want to put a crafter here that basically fills up with iron ingots and then just turns it into the iron blocks and then just feeds it into stuff. Ooh, the dark oak's done. Yay! But I want to kind of use that to better store the items. I know I am nervous about a few things in the update. We'll just have to kind of see what comes of them. And master. Golden carrots. Nice. Thank you. Well, yeah, I'm not getting I'm trading iron ingots to him. It's still something. So it's not a complete loss. Now he should... Protection to Respiration 1. Not the worst trades. And now for this guy. This guy is going to be more annoying than anything else, so... We'll just kind of have to see. But either way. And boop. I'll start filling that up in a bit. Plants and pumpkin. Thank God, though, we're getting a lot of stuff from this. Damn, I'm surprised they aren't getting stuff yet. But they will eventually. The good thing is we're actually going to be getting a lot of stuff from this. Like iron nuggets and stuff. Ooh, my cactus green is done. Okay, let's see. What sheep do we have double of? We have 2 white sheep? Not anymore. Okay, we're going to need to breed some sheep. And boom. And boom. And boom. Okay. White sheep and green sheep. That should produce a lime sheep. So if I do orange and black, let's see what I get. Just a black sheep. But since I already got a lime sheep now, I don't need to worry as much. I just need a cyan sheep. And that will be easy to make. Boom. New types of stuff. And since the baby's black, I am going to change it to cyan. Now I have all sorts of colors. That should help quite a bit, having all these different colors and stuff. We'll just have to kind of see. I do know that, overall, biggest plan is to try and get this guy leveled up. One moment. Just gotta check something, sorry. Just making sure I didn't accidentally mute myself or something, because I've done weirder. Okay. There we go. Honestly, it is nice to be able to just kind of chill. I do hope everyone is well. And because I do want to get a lot of stuff done in this Minecraft world, but I also just want to chill. Like, I'm not gonna, like, speed through the entire game or anything. But I am excited to try new things and try all these different types of things. Like, we'll kind of see, what comes of stuff, but yeah. I am interested, though. Because I know, with the new updates coming out eventually of stuff, oh yeah, I forgot to mention, Stardew's update got announced. So we're gonna get a Stardew update for the 19th of March, I believe, for 1.6, so that's an exciting thing. If we're done with modded by then, cool. If not, that's okay as well. But we're gonna play that update. It supports 8-player multiplayer as well, so that's pretty cool. Like, there's a lot of stuff they have changed. Okay, what were we doing? Oh yeah. We need to try and upgrade these villagers more. We need more coal if possible. Trying to think of the best way we can get more coal. With, like, and we're gonna have to go mining, almost definitely. Unless we were to go exploring, but that would be a whole nother thing. But if I'm gonna really, Enderman? Ooh, thanks to the Ender Pearl. And the grass block. I will take both of those. And Ender Pearl. Then grass block. Yeah, I know that we could technically try and get the rest of the stuff we need for finding the end portal. Not like we don't have stuff for it. I mean, let's at least try to find out the direction we gotta go. Okay, so the end portal is going to be this way. So if we're going to have to kind of go this way. So if we're to find that end portal, it's going to take us some time. Because I want to try and find it. We're also going to want to bring some obsidian to make a nether portal. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And I want to mark my coordinates of my own portal. So 463 negative 88 is where my portal is, and I'll have to do some portal math and stuff, but yeah. You know what? Just to make sure we have enough, I'm going to use the rest of our blaze rods and ender pearls. If we need more, we can always go to the nether. But we got everything we need, and we need to go this way. Let's go try and find the end portal at least, because I know one thing I want to do is get all these trims to kind of just try them out for fun. And I think it might be fun. We'll just kind of have to see. I always forget there's going to be lag whenever we explore new chunks. Always forget that. So it's closer this way now. Where is it? I saw it fall. Oh, there it is. Thank you. We'll just have to kind of see what we can find. But we know we got to keep going this way. I could try and triangulate it more, but that would just be boring and probably take a little too much time for my liking. Oh shit, that's a sunken ship. Ugh, I can feel the lag. Just gotta keep going this way. We'll just keep going this way best we can, I guess. God, I hate the lag that comes from doing this type of stuff. That's why I don't like doing it too much on stream, because I feel it too. Just gotta hope we can find this damn stronghold. I know the one big thing with strongholds is they're always annoying to find. It's kind of turned a bit, I think. And boop. So we're just going to want to keep going like this type of way. We'll just have to see what we can do. That's just normal ocean ruins. Actually, we're in deep, cold ocean. Dang. I'd like warm ocean so we can actually get, you know, the coral we want. That would be nice. Not have to deal with everything else. We're going to be doing this for quite a while, aren't we? I mean, there's another sunken ship if we want to do it. I mean, what's the worst to happen? Um, Other than the lag we're dealing with. There we go. I'll take the moss and TNT, but I will not take the drowning. Oh my gosh. Whoop. Um, where's the other one? I'm trying to remember. I think it's like over here, I think. Um, nope. I don't remember. It's been so long for me to like remember things like this is so difficult sometimes. Um, Gonna start drowning. Fun. I think part of it is actually buried, which I don't think we can get to easily. Well, that's a waste. Which sucks. The frick is that? Is that just normal? Me trying to get the exact angle we need. Eh. It doesn't matter. Okay. Yay, caught it midair. So we just gotta keep going this way. And just kinda hope. At least that's the biggest plan. Like... hmm... Yeah, I hate the lag that comes from this, loading chunks and stuff. It does suck. But it's something I've dealt with for a long time. Also, the rain doesn't help. The rain does not help. Let's just give it a moment to catch up. I might just go kill those squids for the ink. I would not mind some black dye. I also wouldn't mind to, like, land somewhere for a bit in-game. Okay. Yeah, I don't like the lag. Um... But... Oh, it's now this way. Meaning we're actually getting closer. Also, is that a log coming out of the water? I can't tell. We could get lucky and see a trail ruins. Just saying. Don't need seeds. Ooh, I do want some of those, though. Because I can... Once I grab these, I can just infinitely make them. With some bone meal. Plus, it's pink dye. Which is a nice dye to have. Ooh, sweet berries. We do want some of those. Every berry helps. Okay, we're still going this way. Bunk. Well, that Enderman's fucked. Let's get away from land a bit. So, let's try and figure this out. That thing exploded. Dang. But we just gotta keep going, I guess. I mean, we don't even know how far we are anymore. I hate lag. Good thing I didn't keep going. That we would have just gone backwards the whole time. But yeah, I just know I do hate the lag just as much as you guys do. Just see what we can get. Great! An island of mobs. Yay. Boy, are they useful. Still in a cold ocean, though. I'm hoping it's not too much. I'm gonna start doing this for our sake in case we die. Oh, we passed it. Meaning it's over here. We actually found it. I saw light down here. It was a lie! Jesus. Me over here just trying to find it. Holy drown. Still this way. So it's kind of like over here type. I would like this back. So it's kind of like this area. Let's see. So it's like this way. That one got destroyed a bit. So let's go this way a tiny bit. Okay, yeah. So right here. So let's kind of get this written down. 63 negative 1046. So that's where so that's kind of above the stronghold area. So we're actually really close. We just need to dig down a lot, which Lord knows how much we want to do that. Oh, there's my pearl. Okay, so it's kind of like over here. There's no, like, easy way to get here, but we can use this boat as kind of a marker for now. Nope. And I think that will be the best option, is use it as a marker of sorts. What do you guys think? Because I think that might just be the best. But since we know now, I might go and try and grab some of that sand. But I'm also worried about the mobs. Not an ominous random piece of sand. We're almost to the surface now. Come on. Boom. Haha! I think that'll help. Ooh, it's turning day. It's exactly what we want. That thing has chain armor on. That's not good. For me. Yeah, those guys are gonna just drown. Good luck to them, I guess. Sup. It's just, Oh, you can get out? Cool. It has thorns. Oh, it gave me iron. It sucks that it's still raining because it means things won't burn like I want. It also means drowned will come to the surface, which is a whole nother issue entirely. Frick, that always scares me. Oh, it stopped raining. Let's head over to our little area, see if we can dig down more. Because once we can figure more out, that's going to help. But we only know so much about, you know, this portal. There we go. Now we can just dig down safely. In quotations. Safely. Let's just kind of do this real quick for my sanity so we don't die instantly. Do 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 do. We should. Hello there. just kinda light up this stronghold. Iron, some bread and an apple, mayhaps? I don't have enough torches for this. Ender pearl. Ooh. I should have probably brought some more torches. Well, all's well that ends well. At least now we know where we are. Library! This is just book heaven for me. You better bet I'm taking these books. And of course, we're gonna get rid of some of these cobwebs so I can get around. Eye trim, feather falling 4. Hell yes. Oh, that is so good. Well, we got some good stuff for our booties. So that's a plus. It's always a plus when your little booties get some use. There should be one up here. Oh, there it is. I'm just blind. Compass, another eye armor trim. Ooh, and a map. Not too useful, but that's always okay. Nice map. Never hurt anyone. Person who got killed by map. How dare you? Thank God we found the stronghold, though. It's nice to just kind of chill, though. Now that we found this, that's going to help a lot. We could turn this into something. If we so desired. I would totally be up for it if you guys are up for it. In terms of revamping one of these. Oh. Whoa, that's a weird way that spawned. Ooh, another armor trim. Ugh, try not to sneeze. God damn it, I can feel it coming again. It's happened multiple times for me, and it's like, I can't tell when I will, or if I will, but I know one's coming. So somewhere in here is the portal. Let's see, anything down here? Okay, so now I know nothing down here. Well, I can mark this off now. I'll put like a block above the door like that. Oh, I'm nervous. And this staircase goes up into nothing! Boop. I know it's dark, but... Wow. Boop. Okay, I guess we'll check down here. Another library. See what's up here. Just some apples. Dang it. Is there a chance to even get torches from that? I don't remember. There's the portal! Yeah, fuck no. I don't want to deal with silverfish. But I can do this. And let's see. Okay. Cool. Before I light that, let's just get these going. Off to the side. and I guess behind the portal for now. Or do I want to put it off to the side? So, like here, I guess. I didn't think about it. There. Kill it with my pickaxe. There we go. For now, I'm gonna do this. Do, 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 do. I didn't bring a flint and steel. God dang it. Well, that's my fault. But I'm not going into that fight yet. But I am going to start setting up some stuff here. Or do I? I don't know. But I know I'm going to put a bed over here when I do the fight. Do. Just get rid of the iron door. But I do kind of want the iron door. Ah! I don't need an empty map. It means I can actually just, like... Cool. There we go. That should help. Okay, so if I'm going to get back up there... that's a whole nother story. I think we're going to have to do some work if we're going to do that. That's down. I mean, we could technically do one side of this. And boop. I don't care how ugly this looks. I'll probably fix it later. And if I don't, I don't. Okay. Also, I have a feeling that if I keep... yeah. You know what? And... boom. Now I can get in and out easier. Okay. I do have an iron ingot. If I can find a piece of gravel, like an easy piece of gravel, we can just make a flint and steel. I didn't even think about it when I grabbed the obsidian. Frick. Gravel. I always forget the sea. The sea, SpongeBob. Ooh, coal. Take that. I'll probably grab that eventually. Or I'll forget. One or the other. Flint. And steel. Back to our little area. And we'll have to mark certain things. Blub, 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 blub. Oh, fuck. Well, can clean that up a bit. And at least we now know how to get here. Oh yeah, I made space. Pray. Let's pray we know where this is. Oh dear God. Also, yeah, this ain't gonna work. So I need to go that way. Oh, it's gonna be an annoying sound. Right now, I'm building this for my safety. And I will do more with it eventually. I am so nervous. The plan is to get back to my portal near 0-0. That's the plan. Will it come to fruition? Who knows? I don't... Oh yeah, I'm wearing gold. I was like, oh no. Gosh, this music makes me so nervous. And boop. My hope is that this will help me find my way. I'm so nervous. I am so nervous. Let me just grab all this netherrack. I'm gonna need it. Piglins be looking at me like, what the fuck is this guy? I'm not nervous. Not at all. The ominous nether music does not help. Makes me more nervous, if anything. Fuck. Okay. Ugh. Let's just try and get down. I'm placing the sand so I can figure out where to go if I ever get lost here again. Home! Home! But of course, my biggest, burliest enemy, the Hoglin. It's gonna be a fight. Not much of a fight when you actually are, like, cheesing it, but I'd rather not get kicked off the edge this close to home. Oh, finally. Home! Home! But now we know where to go. And it's nighttime. Plant stuff. Yeah, I put this in seeds and saplings. Technically this goes in food stuff. Flour. Mob drop. Mob drop. More foodstuffs. Redstone. Dirt. Brick blocks. Granite. Slabs and stairs. I'll put bars with that. Oh, iron door. Armor. TNT. I'll put these in here for now. Got some trims. Some decor. Another flint and steel. Put this in miscellaneous for now. Sand. And then all of these enchanted books. Oh boy. All these books. Perfect. Look at all of that. And we can sort all this out. Turn a lot of it into blocks, of course. Don't want to leave it unblocked, as some might say. Ingots. Block. 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 And for the gold, I will just dupe and dupe. There we go. And it's turning day already. But hey, we just made it back home from the stronghold. So that's a big plus. I know I am so fucking happy that we have the stronghold now within our grasp. Don't know why I made that sound so evil. Good. But, main things we need to do. Villager stuff. Because I would like to... Because I'd like the, XP and more carrots. Cool, I don't care. Just... I have an iron farm. You, I can't do anything with it. But... what I can do is... buy myself some more food. Slowly. Okay, so... we need to figure out what to trade specifically, because... if we're gonna get more, we're gonna need to be smart about certain things. Like, for example, if we want to do more with, like, pumpkins and stuff, we're gonna need to make a farm. But we also need to think about lag and other possibilities. I can put this in to get smelted as well. Two more things to add to my list, I guess. Either way, seems those are going well. We need to finish this anyway, so... excuse me. Grab some oak logs. And just a couple of stairs, I guess. Because, hoo boy. 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. This helped me get up to each. I know that, like, I want to get all this down, but it's going to be difficult. There we go. That helps. Now I can take this down for now. Also take this down for now. And what I'm going to do is we're going to make the next floor anyway. So, yeah. I don't care anymore. And then, boop. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then I can just mine down a bit. Mine down a bit. Boop, and boom. There we go. Now we have all of those, like, parts in. We should be able to finish up the roofs a bit more. We need to figure out where the windows are going to go as well. I'm thinking 2 big windows here and here. And then probably like some windows near the tippy top. I don't know. Or I could leave that blank for the most part, but that just seems kind of boring. I'll need to check and figure it out. But for now, we also need to figure out what we want for the floor. We could go for oak again. I've also thought about mixing up this floor a little. But if we're going to go for oak again, we're going to need to figure out where we're going to put the staircase. And my thought is we could technically just do bloop, 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 bloop to the next staircase up above. And seeing that we put it at the same level, we're going to put it like here. And I'm putting it there for now, just so we can kind of get a... And what we could do with it is we could just, like, link it. But we need to think how we're going to do it. Of course, we're going to have, like, this spot that I'm probably going to curve a little more. Then we need to finish up by figuring out what wall we're going to put on each of these. I think we're going to keep the spruce. But I've also thought about replacing this darker block with the spruce wood with oak instead. Or stripped dark oak. Now that we have dark oak, we can add that to this build too if we so decide. Right now it's just me thinking. And what we can do is we can kind of test some of this with like some of the oak we got. So like as an example, let's just say I did this. Bump, 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 and boom. It blends a bit better. Let's also test it on this upper part. So, like, let's say we kept it spruce on the bottom and put oak. Let's kind of just check how it's going to look. You get me? Because I think that's going to be important to figuring out what we want to choose. Because I feel like between floors, it's okay to do the thing. I'm trying to decide which I like. If I want to... What would they look like if they were stripped at the bottom? No. I think what I'm going to do is for now I'll stick with the spruce. I'll just have to kind of look at some ways. But if I'm going to stick with it, I think I'd probably do like this. Though I do like this. Let me think of some like, because if we look at some house designs, for example, like old style dual A-frame, like a wooden dual A-frame house. Because if we do a double one, the thing is, a lot of them, the roof goes down near the bottom and are just really big. But there is something I could do. What I could do is make that lighter up there, or I could make full windows. Because looking at it, there's a few ways we could go about it. And what we could do is we could remove that middle part there as well, and just have it go all the way up. But I think the oak at the thing will just give a little bit of contrast. But I don't know. Because there's multiple types of these A-frames, if you like kind of look through them. And they all have different looks, so there's no one specific design, so I say for now we stick with spruce. And we go from there. But if it doesn't look good by the end, we can always replace it. How about that? I think that's a good way to go about it. Plus, then we don't need to replace a bunch right now. We'll just have to kind of look at it in the future. But, yeah. I know through this week, tomorrow's probably going to be the longest stream I have this week, unless I can squeeze out the full stream time. Something I really didn't mention at the beginning of stream, but god dang it. There went my frickin' axe. I'll get a new one. But, yeah, it's something related to just personal stuff I gotta do. And then I'll be back home and fine and not have to worry about bullshittery anymore. Hopefully. At least not for today. But, yeah, it just depends. Okay. So I can leave. That sucks. Well, do I have any emeralds in this? No. Well, that bit's almost night. Great. But yeah, I'm gonna want more of the villagers to trade iron with, I think. Especially with my iron farm. And I'm gonna want some more stuff to trade with, like, the farmers, probably. Like, I could set up melons, but who knows? But let's look at the bright side of things. We have gotten a lot done today. And since we've gotten a lot done today, that's a good thing. Let's just see what we can get out of these guys. Nice. Oh yeah, I forgot. I can't sell anything to him except coal. I will say, though, those are some nice things. Yeah, we do not have a lot of emeralds. I always forget about the damn Fletchers. We could totally just make a bunch of sticks. I'm dumb. Honestly, I think if they want to make villagers less busted, remove the Fletcher trade for sticks, and boom. All fixed. Like, it's not that hard. I mean, there's a few other things they could do, but yeah. Time to get a bunch of emeralds. Ooh. I'll grab this pumpkin and this pumpkin. Every pumpkin is useful. Let's just grab those pumpkins now. That should help a lot. Can put that there, grab those. Yeah, I need to get the roof onto this thing. And I think what I'm going to do is have it, like, slant up, similar to that style. But I'm going to, like, put it up more. But I also could do, like, a very interesting style thing. I don't know. I'm thinking more tavern-esque. But we'll kind of see. Cool. Ooh, yeah, I can trade string to these guys. Yeah, he needs to level up. But yeah, I can trade string to some of these guys. Let me go grab some string. And the good thing is with the grindstone, we can get more XP as well. Mob drops. Yeah, I have 2.5 stacks of string. I'll definitely be able to trade a bunch to them. Always nice when you get to. Hell yeah. Let's see what he starts selling. Ooh, feathers and... Ooh, what type of bow? Unbreaking 2? Nice. And of course I'll grab this. And for you. And last but certainly not least, I bought all of his swords. I could actually get... Ow. I could actually get a pretty good iron sword from this guy alone. Like, just in general, I could probably get a really good iron sword out of him. I just need time. Let me grab some more. Okay, so... Grab one more. And I think with the rest, I'm going to... Yeah. I just need as much as I can get. Though I will say with these, that's not too bad. Because I know what I want to try and get. We'll just have to see what I can get. Put this back in mob drops. And the swords, I can just grind them down. And the good thing is we can smelt them for iron nuggets, so they're not completely a waste. So that's a plus. But what I want to do... Let's see. Protection 3. I'm breaking 3. Knockback 2. Efficiency 4. Damn it. Quick charge. Fire protection 3. Protection 3. I'm breaking 3. Blast protection 4. Smite 4. And I'm going to make our pickaxe. And we'll kind of have to test it. But I need Silk Touch. 1, 2, 3. Because I think that would just be superbly useful. Oh wow, I need more sticks. 1, 2. Thank you. And that should help quite a bit. Of course, we'll just have to see. And efficiency 4. Wouldn't be the worst thing. We'll just have to see. And actually, what I could do... So that's 30. Or 16. Well, technically 17. Fortunate. And it's efficiency 5, fortune 3, mending, and unbreaking 3. The perfect pickaxe. Which is what we want. Of course, we're going to want a better sword and stuff, too, so... Grab that. Grab some diamond. And boom. Put this into food stuff. And boom. So now we got fortunate. That should be very useful for us. I know the biggest thing is we just need to be ready. Like, just in general. That's the hope. Because if we're fully ready, then we can go to the dragon and I'll feel... That was not ominous at all, what I just heard from outside my room. I am hoping that was the dog. Because if it wasn't, that raises a whole new question. Actually, what time is it? Oh, yeah, it does raise a whole new question. It makes me even more worried now. Yay! I'm not nervous. But, yeah, I would love to see more of that type of stuff eventually. One day. One day. Though I will buy, you don't have any good... Oh my god, I can trade diamonds for emeralds. Yeah, unbreaking. Do I do it? No. I'm just gonna save these for now. I need some more. Can I trade this guy paper? Yes. So I think I'm gonna do a bit of that. Grab some books, get some mending, I guess. Because I think that's gonna be very important. I'll trade him some paper, do some mending. Can get 2 done with the paper trade. I could get some mending if I really wanted. I'm just debating. I know eventually I'm going to want to get mending and everything on everything, but we'll just have to see. There's no reliable way to get mending outside of villagers. Unless you count fishing, but that's a not very viable method. If you actually do try it yourself, you'll realize it pretty quickly. And it sucks. So, yeah. Just so you know. Don't use fishing. It sucks. Though I could definitely fish for hours on end. Not like I haven't done it before. Wouldn't be the first, wouldn't be the last. So I can trade this to the farmer. But yeah, I'm going to probably try and get a row of farmers here. I'm going to get another weaponsmith, toolsmith, and armorsmith. Of course, I want to get some more Fletchers. as well as more librarians and other shit. I'd like to try and get a bunch with these villagers, just in general. But we'll see. Wood. Let's just turn all of this into sticks, I guess. And where's my... We'll turn a stack of the sticks into torches, because I'm gonna need them anyway if we're gonna go back to like the end and stuff. We won't need them in the end, but I'd like to light up the stronghold and stuff. We could totally, that'd be a fun little project. Revamping the stronghold. If you guys are for it, I'd totally try it. But yeah, I know for today's stream, I mainly am just chilling. That's what I kind of decided to do. And yeah, more emeralds. Okay, time to level up and show me what you got. Ooh, flint. Fun. And of course, let's see. He'll do his trade soon. Eventually. But yeah, I got some ideas. Remember, stay hydrated, or you will dehydrate. Hydration is key to a healthy body. That reminds me of something. Something I dealt with quite a bit as a kid that I'm sure quite a few people have dealt with in their own lives. One of the biggest things about, like, bodies and stuff is how easily your body can change over time. But also, like, how some people can just be, like, perfect diet, etc., and still be fat, or someone can, like, be the worst diet ever and still be skinny. It's interesting to me. Because our bodies are such weird things. And honestly, it really raises a question of what if? Like, what if we fully showed all of, like, our stats of, like, how healthy or unhealthy we are? It'd be interesting. But I think it's also important to kind of just remember not to judge people through how they look. So many times I've seen people judge others and stuff that I'm just like, you just get tired of seeing it after a point, and you just kind of sit there like, really? But it's also kind of made me think more on stuff because I do not look like I am average weight. I don't look like I am a very just overall like fit person. Yet I'm able to pick up like my 100-pound dog with ease. Like, and I think that's one of the coolest things is it's so funny that I can do that and it surprised a lot of people, but also it's so cool to think about the fact that like especially with some of the strongest um people in the world, a lot of those strong men type people are not like big buff. No, a lot of them are quite chubby. But it's so interesting because it raises a question of is there truly a healthy physique? Because in all reality, everyone's genetics are different and stuff. And I think it's one of those things that you gotta just kind of ask yourself, is it healthy for you? If so, yes. If it isn't, no. It's not cut and dry for everyone, and I think that's something that I've always found just so interesting is just the uniqueness and diversity of not just that, but like the body overall is still really cool, but the uniqueness in how everyone changes and grows within different environments because there's so many cool things that you can learn just from like different people who grew up in different environments. Like you could talk to someone who grew up like in a very fine, like closeted type environment where they turn out to be the biggest pompous asshole. Or they could be the nicest person you've ever met. And it's interesting because environment, how they're raised, how they're treated, all of that really just builds into how they like not only react in some cases, but also what makes them grow. And I think it's such a cool thing. And it's why I try to basically show people kindness whenever they're in stream is I want to be a good influence for my stream. I want to be a good person, someone that people can look up to and isn't a complete jackass. But I also just want to be able to like be dorks and like playfully joke around with each other like, yeah, I know I'm dumb type thing or stuff like that where while it's not completely like true and stuff and some things like dumb streamer and stuff, it's still something where like, oh yeah, we're just family, we don't care. Like we do this shit all the time. That's the type of community I want to grow. I want to be able, and even if I like, if this doesn't fully take off and stuff, and I'm just kind of here doing this as like a fun side thing, I'm still happy. Even if we don't grow like a big community, even if it's a tight knit community where we just get to chill and stuff, I'm fine with that. I honestly just enjoy being able to stream and being able to do this type of stuff when I can. Of course, there's times where I might not be able to stream, etc., due to one reason or another. Life always happens. But it's nice to be able to just chill and talk with like a stream chat to tell them more about just you in general, but also hear more about them. Like, I'm not here to fix your issues. I'm not here to, like, just go out of my way and listen to every single gripe you have. No, I'm here to help just, even for a bit, just take a break from reality. Take a break, be able to chill, make it a safe space where people can just relax, not have to worry about any questioning or telling anything. A place where people can just be themselves or be weirdos, but a place where we all can just kind of be a family. That's all I want. So fucking close. There has to be some coal I missed somewhere. But it's not going to be easy growing that type of community. And it's going to take a lot of time and a lot of effort. But I'm okay with that. After all, if I didn't care about the community, I wouldn't be here. If I didn't care about streaming, I wouldn't be here. And honestly, I care about both. Because to be a streamer, at least a successful one, or at least someone that people can look up to in any form, because no matter what you do, there's always going to be someone looking up to you, especially in this type of scenery. And it's important to make a good impression and to be a catalyst for good. That's how I see it. And I may not be able to fix everything, but I can at least be an escape from reality for a bit. Somewhere you just get to relax and not have to worry. Where we can joke about things and just chill. And yeah, not everyone likes chill streams or anything. Not everyone likes that type of community. But everyone's different. And whether you like it or not is up to you. Ow, 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 ow. But I know no matter what, I'm just happy that I'm even able to do this in the first place. For the longest time, I never thought I would actually. Like, this is kind of just more of a internal on me, as for the longest time, I really thought I would not amount to much. Because I just kept failing stuff over and over despite how hard I tried. And I just kept doing worse in a lot of cases. Like, even in school, I still try my hardest with college and everything else. But it always gets to a point where I'm burning my soul down to nothing, it feels like. But with streaming, it's a different thing. I almost feel. Uh, what's a good way to explain it? I feel like this almost passion whenever I'm streaming. Even if I don't talk a lot all the time during the stream, or even if I'm not going all the way out of my way to do everything in the stream, there's that internal passion. Just that burning want internally to just do better. To just stream and be able to grow a community, but also be able to spread at least a bit of the joy I have. And it may not be the loudest voice all the time, but it's the one that's made the biggest impact. And honestly, it does remind me a lot about the things I do enjoy in life. And I think that's one of the more important things to think about when doing this type of stuff is, what do you enjoy? Because that's an important thing to think about. What is it that you enjoy while doing these types of things? That's why I stream only things I enjoy doing. Because it actually makes a huge difference for me, like mentally. Because, in all seriousness, I enjoy it a lot. Whew, that does nothing. Damn. But I can buy some more golden carrots. And I need a lot of these. Let's just... There we go. Ooh! Probably need to do this anyway. There we go. Sweeping edge. Eh. Either way, you're a master. You're a master. And you're a master. Hell yeah. Meaning now I can just kind of go to some of these and be like, here, let me buy your finest arrows. Got 3 stacks of arrows. And I'm starting to get closer to finishing them off. But no, like, whenever I do these types of things, be it streaming, etc., I do enjoy it. I know I try to build the community slowly, and I don't expect it to happen instantly, quick, 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 like a bunny type thing. Like, no. Thinking that that's gonna happen is like expecting the world to explode within the next second. It's not gonna happen. Whether we realize it or not, we're all people. Ammo. Amu. And it means that no matter what we're doing, something's always going to be changing. Whether we like it or not, things will constantly be changing. And that's okay. Navigation. Because whether we like it or not, it's okay. Change is part of life. It's something I grew up fearful of for a long time. But after a point, you kind of just stop caring. Understand that change is worth it. But some people don't grow out of it. And that is their own flaw, their own fault for not accepting the sad truth of things, is that no matter what we do, things are going to always change. We all die, we all live, we all exist in some form of the word. Yet, one thing that helps me is remembering that, well, yes, things change, and it sucks sometimes. It's okay, because we all still live, we all still exist, and nothing's gonna change that. Not anytime soon. We all exist on this planet in some form. We either exist or have existed. There's no in between. And yet, sometimes it's hard to find that one place that you feel comfortable. And I kinda want to build that. I know I am a very socially awkward person overall. Like, I could tell you that pretty easily. I am a very socially awkward person who will talk about lots of things, whether it fits the situation or not in some cases. But I'm also someone who cares a lot. Someone who wants to see the better in people in a lot of ways. Because I just hope that one day, that part of me always hopes that something might change. And that I can make enough of a difference. That I can at least help some people. I am I'm someone who just always worries internally about things that I shouldn't need to. Not even on purpose. But I still have found ways to enjoy myself. Streaming has always been one of those things that I've enjoyed. I don't know what's to come of certain stuff, but maybe we'll find out one day. But in terms of new stuff, I did have a thought with this. What if we made it so, like, you could walk here, like, a bit out too, and it's just an aquarium? That's something I had a thought about. course, I would need to be like think how I'm gonna do it, but I think it could be fun. Oh yeah, let's just do this and kind of think. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Sorry about that. I sneezed really hard and I was able to mute my mic before I hit my damn head. I sneezed very hard and I felt like my neck pop. It was really weird feeling. Do you want to know a random fun fact? Did you know chiropractors have one of the weirdest histories of creation? Like, for those of you who don't know how chiropractic was found, it's basically a type of pseudoscience, but chiropractors have such a weird history. Like, overall, it's such a weird thing. Okay, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'll do 6 for now. But 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 a chiropractor, like, overall, like, is so interesting. Like, the creator was born um like 1850 area, like a little before then, I believe. Um it was Daniel David Palmer, I believe his name was. And I could look this up actually to make double sure, but if I remember correctly, he did not live the longest, but he was from Canada. But he was a very avid person when it came to pseudoscience. Like things like alternative medicine, magnetic healing, that type of stuff. That was semi popular back then, I guess, for him. And Lord have mercy. Oh, God. He was a very weird person. He believed that basically that you could transfer natural healing power through the body, through the nervous system, and he basically, along the lines of, the real issue here is the nervous system, is kind of how he was thinking about it. And so, chiropractic was born. And he dubbed it he would dub it spinal misalignment, I believe was his word for it, which is something you can find. I don't remember the other name, but it's basically a chiropractic, saw chiropractic as a form of realigning, like, your natural healing power supply. But we all know that's bullshit. 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So here, okay. I want to make sure we can get this going. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But he, if I remember correctly, he basically founded chiropractic through a very weird one. Like, and it said that it was I believe it was a janitor who that basically he basically did some chiropractic stuff to his back, and it was claimed to have successfully restored his hearing, or something like that. And it's dumb. I believe and that was the account of his like first adjustment, if I remember correctly. Like, and it's very similar to Andrew Still's philosophy. I mean, well, more like principles of ostosophy, I believe is how it's said. Um, just where, which basically, where he is like, yeah, the body is a machine. It's able to be like, basically, it can be manipulated and produce drugless cures, stuff like that. And is that fully true? Yes and no. But it's a lot of it is based off pseudoscience, and it's a very dangerous pseudoscience because it can very much hurt you physically a lot, like just in general. It is a very dangerous one because he'd use all sorts of like weird. Must tabbed out. It happens. Either way, like he'd use all these manipulative techniques and stuff, and honestly, the fact it still exists in today's day and age kind of goes to show how good he was at it in terms of manipulation. But it is not a real science. If we are going by actual science, it's not a real. It's more pseudoscience. But he would do some really weird things. I'm trying to mine this up as much as I can so I can get it. But he basically began the American-wide campaign that, um, basically that was like, oh yeah, blah blah blah. It was so dumb. And it's weird because the funny thing is, he actually was jailed for a while. If I like, I'm just going through the whole thing in my head slowly because if I remember correctly, he didn't have a medical license at first either. Like all of this happened, and mind you, this guy didn't have a medical license, and he was just spreading this. It was insane. I don't remember how he mentioned it came to him. I think it was something like it came to him from like a spiritual thing of like, oh yeah, they did a séance and shit. Like, I don't know if that's true, but if it is, wow, you're really gonna believe a spirit? that could very well be a negative spirit. Like, I'm just saying. Not the smartest idea. Also, I should get a shovel. But I always found it to be one of the dumbest things. Because it's just like, it's not healthy. And it just hurts your body more. So, don't do chiropractic type stuff. It's not healthy. That's what I've noticed from my own experience and also from history. But yeah, a lot of it is based off of pseudoscience. By a lot, I mean basically everything is a pseudoscience based partially off real science and partially off fake science. And even then, the real science was just a principle. It wasn't even like a for sure 100% thing. So, like, take it all with its own grain of salt. But, yeah, not a good idea. It was really dumb. And honestly, I don't know why they thought it was a good idea. Oh. I mean, this is a good time to put in the, like, stuff I need for this anyway, so... So it's not a complete loss. But yeah, it's just really dumb. And it involves a lot of things that just end up hurting people. And I just never have liked that. If anything, I find it more like abhorrent than anything else. Because it's just like, really? Why? Like, you're just preying on innocent people. Which is sad. Because they're just people who wanted help for their stuff, but just got preyed on in that regard, and they never deserved it. Yet they still had to deal with it. Which is sad. Because no one should ever have to deal with something like that. Because it's just a bunch of lying and manipulation. And it's more harmful. Because I'm quite sure there's been studies that have found it not helpful too. Plus, honestly, do I trust a science that came from a pseudoscience guy who got it from quote unquote spirits? Like, call it the skeptic in me, but I don't think that's a good idea. Just saying. Like, not a good idea. Just me, or. But yeah, it's insane and it's dumb. And it's mainly hurt more people than it should have by now. Because a lot of it is. Oh god. And I hate so much seeing the videos of people taking their dogs to chiropractors. I'm just like, you are hurting your fucking animal. Please. Like, it may provide some temporary relief, but no. Like, my Grammy was a nurse for a long time, and even she was against it. Like, in her words alone, I don't need anyone in my family losing some part of their nervous system because this. Did she think we'd actually lose part of our nervous system? No. More like she didn't want anything to go wrong and us get hurt worse. Which, fair. That's understandable. Like, yeah, very understandable. There we go. All those are back in place. Got a bunch of bricks, some cobble, some more dirt. What a surprise. Some coal, copper, and wood. But the good thing is, now with this kind of like opened up a bit, we can get a better view. So what I want to do, and I'm gonna need to do a little work on it, because I need the exact dimensions of it. And I'm thinking, where we basically same type of deal we have with the lights in here, for the basement, and then have it go up one with a thing, and then up again into the ceiling, which is going to be stone brick. But I also am looking at doing it so like it goes here on both sides. So like the only other place you would really see this outside of it would be like next to the nether portal. Is one of the thoughts. But like I would have it go down a bit and stuff. And honestly, I think I'd start fixing it here specifically. Because like right about here, and then of course we'd have that. Then of course then we'd have boop, 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 boop. And like kind of fit this going around in this. Of course we'd put some stairs there and stuff. But you kind of get me? I'm going to kind of do something like this. Because I want to do like an aquarium now. Because it just sounds fun. And maybe make it so we can go in. Plus, if we so decided, we could technically add part of the floor upstairs into a look into it. So. And it would just take some time. Yeah, because I can kind of do something like this. I know I could grab an axe, but I don't care. That's not my main worry right now. But basically, the glass is going to kind of go here. So, like, it will kind of go up against. And I might make it tinted in some form. But also, I can put something behind the nether portal, too. And that's kind of my thought of, like, possibilities. And we can, like, have the nice little, like, transition. And with that transitional, it should help quite a bit. And if I need to move the nether portal, I'll move the nether portal, but nonetheless, I still find it nice. 1, 2, 3. The fact that I can start remembering that stuff better is so nice. It's nice when you get, like, a good memory with that type of stuff. Like, when you build enough, you start getting more used to it, but even then, you still have those moments where you're just like, shit, how much was it again? Sometimes you even just need to recount to make double sure. There we go. And the plan is going to be like, so I'm going to kind of pull it out into like here. And so like right here. And I'm going to kind of pull that out and over to the side. So let me just do this. Because I'm going to kind of, because when it's out this way, then I'm going to surround this with glass for the most part. And of course I'm going to want to get the sides. But I want to keep like the glass going here and then doom, over to here. So like where the glass isn't going to be going, I'm going to do a little downwards by one. Which should hopefully help quite a bit. At least that's my plan. We'll just have to see how it goes. And with that, it should hopefully give us some room. And we'll, of course, dig things as we need to as well. Like the walls, I might, like, try and make them, like, out of, like, concrete and stuff. I could make it, like, a cave, but, I mean, I don't know. But kind of making those walls will be useful. But yeah, I think kind of like marking this out is going to help us the most. Because then we don't have to do it later. Like, I love Minecraft's music. Like, I'm not gonna lie, it's amazing. But some of them just make me want to cry, and others are just like, why is this so catchy? This is one of those, why is it so catchy type. But yeah, like, I could technically use some copper that's oxidized and stuff, like semi-oxidized too, to make like pipes and stuff going through here. That could work out, like, go for like a steampunk aesthetic. That could be cool. We'll just have to check out to figure it. Will this be big enough? I don't know. But it's a good start. And I also can now do this. There we go. Meaning, yeah, I might remove the nether portal, I might not. I don't know yet. We'll just have to kind of see. Because I know whatever happens, I still got this. And I could technically break through the wall a bit. Like right here. And I could technically still do it, so. It wouldn't be the worst wall. Plus, it means I could expand my basement a bit just to make it look nicer. There we go. But yeah, with this, hopefully it should help. And what I'm going to do is, of course, I'm going to make those go up one, I think. I might even move them out by one on either side. Or, like, move this. I don't know. I don't know for sure. But I might use, like, some metal pillars in here to kind of give that look of, like, yeah, wood doesn't work in this. Just for the niceness of it. I'm just thinking how I'm going to do this right. So I'm not going to put lights every single one, like for these. What I might do, though, is like every few. So like, let's say I had some. Let me grab some stone bricks real quick. That should help. With some stone bricks, I can kind of show it better. Great, we're almost another chest full of that shit. And there you go. I'll kind of show you. But basically what we do is, instead of as close here, we go boom, boom, boom. Then we got it again, and then 1, 2, 3. Then we got it again. And of course it would be one off, like it is on that side, so then I go 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. But they're even. Oh. I'm dumb. 3. No, I'm still dumb. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Oh, yeah, this side needs to go out one more. I'm dumb. Don't mind me. The dumb me. But it also means I caught that early. It's better than mid-build, so that's a good thing. But yeah, like, the biggest plan with this that we're going to have to think about is how are we going to do it on the very side. So we could technically do it out one more on either side, but I don't know. We could also just keep it go to the side, but you know what? Let's do it. One more out on either side. And then we can fit it perfectly. And I think that would be better than just trying to, like, mess around and figure out. Just boom. And it will make it easier for us overall. And it will look nicer. So that's a plus. Always looking at the bright side. That's all I can do. But, like, if we keep doing it like this, that should help. Okay. There we go. Put this here. Well, fuck. Well, that's gonna suck. Anyways, I can always do something with that wall. If need be. So it's not a complete loss. 1, 2, 3. I mean, at least there's a... Ooh, coal. Can't believe I missed that. But, like, either way, at least we're getting something out of this. Other than just beauty. We're also getting some stuff done. So, that's a plus. Because I do want a cute aquarium because I like it. It's a cool idea. And we're probably going to have to dig out the wall one more anyway eventually. But we'll do that later. Later, for sure. I know that it might not look good now, but it will look good eventually. That's the plan. Oh god, nerves. Knowing that it probably won't look good, but never know till you try. But it's gonna look relatively nice, so I think like right here I could mark it. Like, oh, the middle's gonna be right there. I got an idea. I think I might just end it here instead, so that if not there, I'm one back. Because I want it to be like really nice looking as well. Yeah, because then it lines up with this. So I can actually make, like, be on the side of it. So that'll help. Can do that. Then I can do this. 1, 2, 3. Then I can do boop, 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 boop. Doop, 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 doop. Doop, 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 doop. Okay, so then we got 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Boom. And then we can kind of just fill this in the rest of the way and see how it goes. Just have to look and try. We'll see what happens. Either way, there we go. It's a bit of a mess now, but we'll fix it. Over time, we will fix it. And if we need, we can move our nether portal and other stuff. Put that in there. Well, this is our last dirt chest. Diorite, coal, and more copper. You know, it's a shame you can't sell copper to the villagers, but yeah. I think this is a good place to kind of end today's stream, mainly because, yeah, I still need to end early because I got stuff. Though either way, it was nice being able to hang out for a bit. I do hope everyone's well. Just remember, we have a Discord, !Discord, where we just get to chill, be ourselves, join the community. We're all nice there, or at least try to be. And we don't bite. Hard. And if you want to catch up on any of the VODs, or any of the series, we have a YouTube, !YouTube. So if you want to catch up, go there. Either way, I gotta go. So I'll be seeing you guys